Welcome to the course for Protecting Legal Rights of Artists and Designers at Columbus College of Art and Design, or what I like to refer to as the business law class. So, hello. So, protecting the legal rights of artists and designers. This is the fall 2020 semester, and again, this is what I call the business law class. And a couple of questions are, who am I and why is this class here? Well, I'm Jonathan Politi, and the class is here because they're coming to get your stuff, your creative works, your intellectual property, your sweat equity, your profit, and your time. A lot of creatives believe that all they have to do to go into business is start doing what they love, and success will follow. If you build it, they will come. Good things will happen, and luck and fortune will favor them. And when they fail, it's because they failed to see the bigger picture, what it takes to make a business into a success, to turn passion into profession and profit from it. This course, along with other business courses here at CCAD, were set up with the big picture in mind. It was started with the idea of empowerment, truly what this course is about, giving you the ability to succeed in what you do. However you define it, however you decide to set your goals and set yourself in motion, we want to help you set up for success. This course is normally what we call a hybrid class. It's normally in the classroom with portions that are online. There are lots of in-class learning experiences with this. This class is normally set up to take advantage of what we have at CCAD. This course normally is a hybrid class, again with lots of in-classroom experiences. We do all sorts of activities on campus or around campus, and it's meant to be interactive, and it's meant to be, again, an experience for you to learn from and for you also to have fun at the same time. However, with the pandemic, that means the course has to change. We're now completely online. We no longer are on campus, and some of the things that we're able to do in person and together will have to be modified and reimagined. The basic ideas are still here, and as a class, we are still here, just getting together in different ways now. Yes, I know, these more than likely are your photos from when you first came to CCAD. You no longer look like that person in the picture. We'll get to that. These are your classmates, and this is our class this semester. So again, welcome, and I'm glad to have you here. I have good expectations for the course and what we'll do together, and part of the purpose of this introduction is to help set expectations for me and for all of you. That being said about expectations, let me set some expectations with you, and to do the attorney thing, a disclaimer. It's the attorney thing to do. All right. Although this class covers legal topics and the instructor is a licensed attorney, that's me, none of the information covered is being provided as legal advice and should not be treated as such. I am not giving you specific legal advice for your business or to you personally. This is general information being provided for educational purposes. No lawyer-client, attorney-client, or solicitor-client relationship shall be created through the use of these materials or participation in this course. I am not your attorney. In fact, there's an inherent conflict of interest in my being both your professor and your attorney at the same time. the danger being that one role could influence the other. So to prevent even the appearance of impropriety, I'm not allowed to do both. For the balance of the semester, and for as long as you're my students, I can't be your lawyer. Legal information is provided as general information and is provided without any representation or warranties, express or implied. The information here is not the same as a legal opinion that you would receive if you were paying an attorney to represent you and advise you. Alright. Although best efforts have been made to make certain that the information provided is current and accurate, there are no warranties or representations that any of the information is true, accurate, complete, current, or non-misleading. I've done my best to research and keep current the information that I'm providing to you, but I am not infallible, and inevitably the law, the policies, and circumstances change. So keep that in mind. Neither I nor the information here is perfect. If you have specific questions about any legal matter, you should consult your lawyer or other professional legal service provider. Again, I am not your attorney. If you need legal assistance, you're going to have to get legal representation somewhere else. So that's my standard disclaimer that I give with all my presentations and lectures to set expectations of the viewers, audience, and students. But wait, there is more. So, about 3 weeks ago, I was in a motor scooter accident. A gentleman didn't see me and pulled out in front of me while I was riding. I was injured, and he was cited. And I get yet another look into the healthcare system and the legal system at work from a personal point of view. That is what is left of my bike. I also have 2 fractured kneecaps and a punctured knee where my keys went into my leg, and I have a bruised tibia. It's also the reason why you see a photo of me rather than a recorded video of me on the screen. And I will expect to make a recovery with some physical therapy and with rest, but I've been out of commission for the past 3 weeks, and so preparing this course and getting materials ready for you has been difficult and will continue to be so for the near future. I want to make you aware to again set expectations. Also, with this course being shifted to online, CCAD has provided the faculty with a new host of tools to use. That comes with a learning curve. It's like drinking from the fire hose. So I have a lot to learn in order to get the materials to you and understand how these new tools work. So bear with me as I get a handle on the new software and apps, and that includes Go Studio, Loom, all the Adobe products, and Office. And I have to modify or reimagine a lot of the materials for this course. There's no textbook for this course. I made that decision years ago because of cost. They are way too expensive for what they have to offer, and because of subject matter. Many business textbooks don't meet the needs of the students in this program. That means, however, that I have no publisher and no support staff to help me with updating and transforming the course materials. And there are many experiences that won't exactly translate into an online experience from the in-person experiences. Again, I want to set expectations at the beginning so you understand the constraints and limitations for the course this semester. I want you to be as flexible and understanding with me as I expect to be with you. And the dates on the syllabus are probably going to change. The assignments may need modification as we progress in order to make them work within the context of this course. And there'll probably be things that come up along the way that we didn't anticipate. That being said, we're going to make this class work, and I plan on being educational and entertaining. Learning should be fun. That brings us back around to the course and why we are here. Who am I? Why is this class here? So who am I? Again, I'm Jonathan Politi. I am a practicing attorney here in the Columbus area. Um, I've been an attorney for almost 23 years now. I limit my practice to areas of law such as small business, estate planning, probate, real estate, and consumer practice. I like to have clients that can leave the office with smiles on their faces. I've been teaching for about 15 years. I started out at local libraries giving seminars and then taught at Kent State University. And then during that process, I was trying to create teaching materials using animation. I wound up connecting with the chair of animation here at CCAD, a professor by the name of Ron Sachs. I moved to Columbus about 10 years ago. At that time, I also contacted Ron about coming to the school to learn animation. And at the time, the school was setting up its business entrepreneur program, and he asked if I would like to come and teach. So that brings me to why this class is here. Students were getting taken advantage of. They would come to the school and learn the skills to be creative, but would leave and not be ready to go into business. Not know how to negotiate a contract with a client, not understand budgeting and taxes, not understand how to research the market and how to advertise and create a brand, and not understand the laws that apply to them and what they do. This class in particular is here to give students tools in their toolbox, not to turn you into attorneys, but to be able to recognize how the law works, where to find resources and guidance, and what to do to be successful as far as protecting what you own, your work, your brand, your property. It's in the name of the class, protecting the legal rights of artists and designers. Now, there are many creators that believe that they can't get a handle on how business works, that they aren't wired to do the logical, lineal tasks that it takes to keep a basic business. They say that they are right-brained and that business is for left-brained people. That the right side of the brain is the fun side and the left side of the brain is the boring side, and that law is boring. And I say that is poppycock. You can learn about business regardless of how creative you are, and there are two simple truths to this, and that's one, both sides of your brain work together, barring some condition that splits the corpus callosum or other affliction of the brain. You can learn because your brain is plastic. You can train because your brain is trainable. At the very least, you can learn what is important and know what to recognize, and then outsource the jobs that are going to take you away from your time or joy if you can afford to have someone else take care of those matters. But at the very least, you'll be able to talk intelligently and know what to look for. And two, think big picture. Holistically, a business is made of many parts that all need to function and work together. You need to understand how things work, and being right-brained makes you well-suited for those tasks. Business classes help you recognize what's important and give you points of reference for the business world. The business curriculum is set up to help prepare students for the realities of being in business, and the business minor is available to you if you're interested in taking additional classes to this one. So even for the seniors, it may be possible to qualify for the minor. So if you weren't aware of the business minor, reach out to us. Business classes, they're meant to be applicable to all of the majors, all of the career tracks that are here at CCAD. And this visual shows how the different schools and the majors at CCAD are connected. And if you look closely, at the center of it all, there's business and entrepreneurship. You're right in the heart of it. This class focuses on the law as it applies to professional practice as artists and designers, intellectual property, business structures, contracts and negotiations. It's about learning how to protect your work, knowing what to own, knowing what you own and who you're dealing with, as well as communicating with people and with others. You're learning to communicate clearly as to what you want. Don't give instructions that could be understood. Give instructions that can't be misunderstood. And to communicate with yourself, what I call the honest conversation. We have 15 weeks to cover a lot of materials. By now, you should have downloaded the syllabus for the course and reviewed it. We're going to be dealing with a lot of different areas, learning about what to do and how to do it. So, let's get started and jump right in. Normally, this class is taught over in the design studios over on Broad Street in the Mine Market. At the beginning of the semester, I would normally come in and use that entire whiteboard wall and diagram our map for the semester with different topics that we'll be covering over the course. This is what it would look like. I'm taking pictures and I've actually inserted them here into this slide. We don't have the luxury, because of online learning, for me to go to a whiteboard. Yeah, so this is what the giant whiteboard wall from the classroom looks like. So instead, we're going to try it here in the slides. So starting here, we start with the law and the legal system, who you'll deal with and where you will deal with them: in court, in the business world, with some government agency. We will talk about relationships, expectations, process, and consequences. Then we move into business structures and planning, reviewing possible options for protecting rights and property with vehicles such as corporations and LLCs, partnerships, and sole proprietorships. We talk about social entrepreneurship and nonprofit organizations. Then we talk about liability and culpability, discussing areas of such types of law as personal injury, contracts, regulatory law, and criminal law. And then, into contracts and negotiations, going over what it takes to enter into and get out of a contract. Then there's employment law, or better, employment laws, covering the many different laws that can affect a business from an employment perspective. Followed by marketing, managing privacy, and best practices. This is where we look at confidentiality and privacy. And then we wind up with intellectual property, trademark, patent, copyright, and other related rights. All of these will then lead us into the final exam. Again, all these different areas of law we will progress throughout the semester, one tying in to the next, into the next, until we get to the final exam. So far as grades are concerned, there are assignments, there are quizzes and tests, and there's attendance and participation. These are the big three. Normally, in class, there are assignments and there are opportunities to participate. This semester, we will have to do that online, providing that the technology is going to cooperate. So assignments are 50% of the grade, quizzes and tests are 30%, participation is 20%. This class is not going to be at a set time. It's not going to be synchronized for everyone to sign in and attend. There's no Zoom or GoToMeeting or any other sort of class collaboration that's going to be set up that way. This class is going to be asynchronous, and the lessons are going to be recorded and posted for you to view. There's going to be assignments that are going to be given out. You're going to be required to record your answers and responses, and the plan is that they will be used in class. Recordings are going to be used for class purposes or for promotion of the class at CCAD. So, if you don't wish to have the recordings shared, you need to communicate your objections to me so we can make arrangements. So the recorded materials for this class are provided for your personal education, for your personal use. They're not to be repurposed. You don't have an open license on this. Alright, so class behavior and disruptions. Even though the class is going to be asynchronous, there are parts of the class where there is going to be interaction. I expect you to behave yourself in a manner that is respectful to other participants and not to disrupt the class. I'm going to refer you to the Code of Student Conduct, and disruptive behavior could result in you having a negative impact on your grades for the class and possibly getting deregistered. So be mindful and be respectful of the other participants in the class. Disabilities. If you have a documented physical or psychological disability, then disability services will assist you. In order for me to make reasonable accommodations, I need an official communication from the school. It can't just be where you're going to send an email to me. You got to get something from the school that identifies what I need to do. All right, work and photos. So work and photos and videos and other submissions may be used in promoting this class and also to capture moments. Again, as I said before, if you don't want your work or likeness shared, please make me aware. All right, you are responsible for the syllabus and the expectations that it sets. There's going to be a quiz on the syllabus to make sure that you're familiar with it. That includes, there's a 2-page addendum concerning COVID-19 practices. And so look, the syllabus is there to help you succeed in class. And class is here to help you succeed in business. That brings me to what I call the honest conversation. The honest conversation is the one that you have with yourself about values and what's important. How do you define success? When you told people around you that you were going to art school, many of you probably heard from your acquaintances, your friends, your family, and others that you can't be successful as an artist. Lots of other voices to listen to when you decided to go down this path. The important person to listen to, the important voice to listen to is yours. What's important? What do you value? How do you define success? Fame, fortune, creative opportunity? What do you want and where do you see yourself? How do you make it sustainable? Our first assignment will cover that perspective. Normally we share this as a class experience and view it together. I'm going to post the link to the video for Jared Krasotska. This was from a TED conference, which is Technology, Entertainment, and Design. And I actually have the link up there on the slide, but I'm going to post that in Go Studio. He's an illustrator of children's books, and he has his own success story that resonates with students on their own paths. That will be up on Go Studio in the next 2 days, along with an assignment with questions for you to answer. Also, there will be a bigger assignment called Paper Dude that gets at your understanding and expectations for law and the legal system. You'll create a paper avatar that will be used throughout the semester for different scenarios dealing with the law. That will also be posted to Go Studio by week's end. These are examples of the Paper Dude that's been used in class before. Alright, that's the basic introduction to the course. Expect there to be additional posts to Go Studio as I roll out materials. So welcome to the class, and thank you for being here. If you need to get in touch with me, you can get in touch with me via email, and that is jpoliti, JPOLITI at CCAD.edu. And you also have that in the syllabus along with my phone number if you need to reach me.